the #1 podcast for your shop. Brought to you by the UnitedPropBuilders, Coffee Powered Media, and Tucker Props, with your hosts Adam Hazy, Sean Toomey, and Ryan Tucker.
Hey Shop Rats, welcome to the Prop Shop. The podcast that brings you the coolest tips and tricks for your costuming and replica prop needs. We're your hosts, Adam Hazy.
And Sean Toomey.
So Sean, do you remember like a handful of shows ago, we had one of my friends on, David Jackson, to talk about the NE Geek Expo?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, do you remember a couple shows later when I went to the NE Geek Expo? We touched on it.
Yeah.
So, we have David Jackson back once again to talk about the most recent Northeast Geek Expo that went on. So, hi David, how's it going?
Hi guys, how's it going?
Pretty good here. How about you?
I'm great.
So, what would you have to say about the newest expo that just happened? Like, how did you like it compared to previous years, or how, I don't want to say better, but how has it grown?
Completely mind-blowing, man. It was just so much bigger, so much more going on, so many more people, just a great overall experience, and we just can't say thank you enough to everybody that came out to support us, man. It's just gotten bigger, and I mean, I will say it's gotten better over the years. It's just gotten bigger and better.
That's awesome, because I know from going there, it seemed like it almost grew fourfold just between last year and this year alone.
About two, as far as attendance went. We last year had about 700 people. This year we capped out at over 1,100.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
So did you have a fun time putting it on again, like last year?
Oh man, it was absolutely great. I can't believe how much of a blast I had. You know, you get those pre-show jitters when you're hosting something like this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can necessarily speak for the other guys, but I myself was nervous up until Saturday morning.
Oh, I don't blame you. So, for anyone who wasn't able to attend this year, what kind of things did we have?
I mean, we had the normal. We had the vendors, and you know, we had we had an artist alley. We separated vendors and artists out this year. Had a great amount of people there. We had the costume contest as per normal. We had a couple of panels. Actually, Adam, you know about those.
I do know about those. I was actually part of one of them.
I and a couple of my friends, David Stouffer and John Smith, hosted one ourselves. We had Chris Lambert, famous comic book writer and former writer for Scene Magazine, was hosting a panel. We had the Oaken Blades putting on fencing and sword work demonstrations, and they were also doing fencing classes. We had the Vikings of Neo Vike take the stage and show us some Viking-style fighting. We had the kids' costume contest. Man, we just had like a bunch of different things going on. It was great. I mean, if you paid attention, Wonder Woman's Invisible Jet was there too.
It was. It was down right in the middle of the soccer field.
Yes, it was.
Ran into it once. So that really hurt. Never did that again.
Yeah. I hit my face on it that morning. It wasn't too fun.
Oh God. So did you have a costume for the expo, or were you just kind of like chilling around? And
I was indeed in costume, and it was the cheapest cosplay I've ever done.
Well, that's always good. Help save that wallet a little bit.
It cost me $10 and a lot of borrowed materials. I actually did Ready to Die Blade from Blade Trinity.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So, out of everything that you saw, everything that you did, would you say you had one, not including your panel, of course, but do you have a favorite thing that was there, or just the entire thing as a whole?
Just the show itself, man. Like you know what? And I can't even say the show itself as much as I can say the support from all of you guys every year. That I can say is my favorite thing. Just to see that we've been able to take this thing that started out so small and turn it into something like we wouldn't be able to do it without you guys coming back every year and supporting everything we do. Excuse me.
Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic show because just from the group picture alone this year, you can see how many more people attended, how much bigger, how much more energy the show had from
Right.
previous years. Because I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this all in one picture, but we somehow did it.
Yeah, I don't know about next year. After
Yeah.
this year's attendance,
Have to do like a
we're gonna have
two-part
to have a
magazine
panoramic
fold.
picture. Yeah. We're gonna do a center fold in a magazine for the costume contest picture.
Yeah, because just so many people there. It was fantastic. And like you said, we had the artist alley separated this year. That was fantastic. There was always people down there. We had the vendors in another section, people everywhere going through there. It was just an amazing time all around.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like from the rate that you guys are growing, you're gonna have to get a new venue very soon. Probably for next year, or in a few years, you're gonna have to get a new venue because, I mean, that kind of growth is actually that's pretty good for especially for an event like that. So it's really good.
We actually I'm not 100% sure how much I can say for sure, but we rented out a little bit more space for next year. That's all I'm going to say.
That's good.
Hey, well, hey, I mean, based on the numbers, you're probably going to need it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because just what we had was this year was like a good double size of what we had last year, and it wasn't like uncomfortably crowded, but there was definitely groups mingling here and there.
right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, it's no different than actually, than other cons that we've all been to now.
Yeah.
But like, I'd say at our show, you definitely had a little bit more walking and breathing room.
Oh, definitely. It was good. It was nice.
And that shoulder to shoulder crap that you get at, bigger cons.
Yeah.
Like out in California and such, to where you're like, you can't move because there's so many people around you.
I know that feeling.
The breathing room was definitely nice, and I know this past year I've had way more than I've ever had before. Because previous years I was in the big foam armor. This year I was just like Team Magma cloth cosplay. It was great.
Yeah.
I could actually breathe and see everything that was going on.
Adam, I didn't get to come to your panel, man, but from my understanding, based on everything that I've been told, you had the biggest turnout of all the panels this year.
That's what I've been hearing, and I'm pretty proud of that. I think it went well. Everybody seemed to have a really good time attending.
Yeah, I'd say so, man. Like, you beat out my panel, so I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah. Well, now we say friendly competition doesn't hurt anything.
Oh, not at all.
And if anybody happened to miss the panel that would wish to view it, you can find it on the YouTube channel at UnitedPropBuilders. So that's good.
After you posted that, I was like, why didn't we think to record ours?
yeah, I did it for the YouTube channel, and then I was like, oh, maybe we should have like videographers in the coming years for the entire.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm working on for next year, as well as the other guys.
Yeah, because that's something I wish I could have done this year, was got some con coverage for you guys, but it was like, after that, my battery was half dead, and I was like, oh no, I don't know how long it'll last, and then I got caught up talking to people and just having a good time, and it slipped my mind.
There's so much stuff I wanted to do. Like, I realized I personally took like only 10 pictures from the expo this year.
I know. I have like maybe 6 or 7. I was like, oh, I wish I had more.
Right, like, because I'm just running around like a chicken with a tail off. Like, but I wasn't like stressing. I was just running from place to place, making sure everybody was okay. Just like talking to the crowd, Did an interview with the newspaper. Like,
That's good. That's good. Although one thing I did miss this year, there was no super awesome nachos. I couldn't find any.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a story here.
Well, all at the previous ones, we had a awesome group of people who made food. Where this year it was vendered.
Yeah. The nachos, the last 2 years were actually provided by Adam Dresnick and Cynthia Ward. Adam is one of the planners of the expo. But being at the new venue, we couldn't do food ourselves. So yeah. But Adam, come to think of that, though, sir, the events we're going to be doing throughout the year, though, just keep a heads up for that, because I'm sure Adam will get back behind the counter there and serve up some of those super nachos.
Oh, sounds good.
The first thing we're doing is I'm working with the mall up here. I'm going to try to do our video game tournament at the mall this year in the community room. So be looking out for that.
That'd be great, because that's a more of a public venue too, where more people will be able to access than
that's
previous.
what we're all thinking. I mean, I can't go on record for sure and say that that's where it's going to be.
Right, but it's in the idea process.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I actually talked to the manager of the hall today, and Anthony Lovers, the other one of the other guys planning this with us. Him and I are in charge of the video game tournament. We're actually gonna, when we get closer to what our point date is, which is gonna be in April, we're gonna sit down and talk to Ken from the mall and try to come to some kind of an agreement so we can get us out there, because the guy there is all about supporting the community, and as you know, that's the entire spirit of NE Geek, is we're all about supporting the local geek community. So.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Those video game tournaments are so much fun. I unfortunately missed this past year's one just due to schoolwork.
I will tell you not to miss this year, because we're hosting it after Mortal Kombat 10 comes out, and obviously Smash Brothers will be up by then too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 games I'm terrible at, but everybody is so much better than me.
We have to train Adam in the art of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I got to start working on my Mortal Kombat skills, and I got Smash Bros for the DS, so that's a start.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's fantastic! I can't wait for that video game tournament. That's going to be fun. So, as far as, did you have a favorite cosplay from the costume contest that you've seen?
Oh man,
there's a lot of really good ones
for sure. Man, like the standout, like the overall winner, Bender, was like, to know that guy just like was able to get that done. That costume was just so amazing. The Bender from Futurama.
Bender, that was sweet. He played right into the character too. It was great.
Oh yeah. That random Harley and Deadpool couple.
That was surprising. I was like they started off and then I was like, okay, is he just interrupting, and then they were actually a couple, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
He was in character the entire day, so
yeah.
I was like, oh, just messing with Harley. Okay, so there's a story behind this that I feel like I should probably tell. Deadpool, this guy that was Deadpool was in character the entire day. Like, he shows up, and this guy is Wade Wilson. He's Deadpool. And like, while we're doing the announcements for the costume contest, and everybody's walking up and everybody's doing their thing in character, Deadpool's like, being Deadpool out in the crowd. And he's cracking at him and whatnot. And then this Harley walks up and starts to talk on the microphone. And Deadpool, like, jumps up, screams, "Hey, that's my girlfriend," and, like, takes a running leap at her. She hits him on the head with the hammer. He falls over. It was just like, what just happened?
Oh, it was hysterical.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like you guys need somebody to record the costume contest.
I know, right?
I would have loved doing that.
John, you got to come next year.
I know. If I'm able to make it to Ohio.
Well, if you want to start saving some pennies now, I think we actually have a date for you for next year.
I think we do. That would be October 24th, 2015.
See, there you go. Saturday, October 24th, 2015, Sean. Be there.
Yeah.
I'm really tempted.
See, now that you know ahead of time, you don't have an excuse.
Right, exactly. You can
well,
stay
other
with
than
you
the
can
fact that
stay
I'm
at
a poor
Adam's
college
house.
student, so.
Well, there's that. Ignore that.
Yeah.
You can stay with Adam too. It's fine.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
if it comes for the weekend with me, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Think of it live and in person, the podcast. You don't sound too thrilled.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can come to the shop that I work at and we can do a podcast from the store.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
See, Sean, you look at all these great things you can do.
Yeah.
So you
He's
said
thinking about it now.
Yeah.
I really am actually.
Got the bug planted.
Yeah.
It's my
So you said you were interviewed for one of the local newspapers. How did that go?
went really well. The gentleman that interviewed me, Brian Dillaway, from the Ashtabula Star Beacon, has been with the paper for as long as I can remember, and definitely supports us. He supports what we do. He tries to make it every event that we're a part of, and he tries to get the word out there for us, and we appreciate that. Like the more that people in the community respect this, the more that I think it'll continue to grow. The fact that like we can go from Ashtabula to Geneva to Madison to Mentor to Cleveland to Akron to Erie, Pennsylvania to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and people are telling us about our own show.
That's awesome.
Kind of a big deal,
Yeah. And the best part to say, knock on wood, that it continues is I haven't seen anything negative yet come out about it.
No, like I mean, you get your nitpicks and your gripes, but nothing like, oh my God, this was so bad. No, nothing like that. Just, hey, could you guys do this next year? Could you guys do this next year? And it's all stuff we take into consideration. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we got to be a little bit more realistic about.
Yeah.
I think people don't realize that these, like, a lot of people want big celebrity names. And I will say that, I mean, it's something we've talked about for years, and it's something that we're working on. But people don't realize,
continue to be worked on.
Right. They cost money, and lots of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's something that we would really love to. I'd love to make the announcement that, you know, X celebrity from X superhero movie is coming.
Yeah.
But the day that happens is the day that I'm sending my daughter to college based on NE Geek Expo.
And I also think that's one of the best parts, is because everybody knows and they can tell and they can just feel that it's not for the money. It's an actual genuine for the experience, for the people, for everything else.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so fantastic, because you can go to bigger cons and you're like, oh, this is just let me wave my wallet around. Where your con, the NE Geek Expo, is more of, hey, let's get all of our friends together and just have a great time.
Yeah, that was the entire spirit of the thing. Like I said the last time I talked to you guys, this started because it was a bunch of geeks that wanted to talk about geeky stuff and wanted a place to where we could do it and not be afraid to do it. And, you know, in modern society, we're in charge of the planet. Like, you know, geeks rule the world. But growing up, and I mean, I'm older than you guys, but growing up, this wasn't something that was like commonplace. Like, okay, case in point, my panel was a Power Rangers panel. I'm 30 years old and I hosted a Power Rangers panel.
Yeah. And that 10-year-old kid. School.
Right. Oh, man, that 10-year-old was my hero.
Oh, he was great. So we should probably explain the story behind this as well.
Yeah, I'm over here like, what?
Okay, Sean, you have to hear this one. So I'm like, there are 6 of us that run my fan group. 3 of us are really active. 4 of us, actually. And we are very knowledgeable in PR history. I consider myself one of the top guys in the area in Power Rangers history. Like, I try not to be arrogant about it, but I'm trying not to be conceited, more confident. So, you know, we're telling stories and we're talking about how we got into the fandom and how we got into, you know, the toy collecting and all that. And
then referencing all the, like, original Japanese footage and shows.
And Sentai and Kamen Rider and Ultraman, like, where all this stuff sprung from. And, this 10-year-old kid starts schooling me on stuff. Like, he starts calling out things, starts raising his hand, and I was like, I don't know who you are, but you're my hero. All right, we had a giveaway from Vantage In-House Productions that we got. It was a 8-bit Megazord poster, and we were going to do a trivia thing. Like, we asked a trivia question, an obscure question, and gave it away to somebody in the audience. This kid was so good that I was like, come here, come up to the table right now. I'm not doing a giveaway. You win this. Here you go.
And there was not a single complaint in the room.
Right. So take this Victor Advantage in-house. I'll sign it for you. And, like, tell him I sent you over. Like, man, it was just like, this kid is like, and I looked at, and his mom was in the room with him, and I looked at her and I said, thank you. And she's like, why? And I was like, because you're raising this kid right. He's not afraid to like what he likes. He's not afraid to be a fan of this. And he realizes now that it's perfectly okay to be in this fandom, no matter what people think. And I actually got thanked on our group page by another person who's 19 years old. And he said, you know, thank you for doing this panel. It meant a lot to me because I grew up with this stuff, and because when we were growing up, it wasn't cool to like this. You weren't the cool kid, you know. And he's like, but now I see that it's okay. It's all about family. That, you know, Power Rangers is family. The fandom is family. Being a geek in general is family. And that's what this is all about. That's where I get it. Like, you know, it springs from. Like, we bring that to the table as a whole. The 6 of us, myself, Adam Dresnick, Anthony Loveridge, Jonathan Richardson, Mark Levis, and Mark Ferguson. The 6 of us together make this up. And, like, you know, the 6 of us all bring something different to the table. Levis is all about fantasy. Like, he's the Lord of the Rings guy. He's the Legend of Zelda guy. Like, Ferguson's all about PC gaming, and Jonathan's all about like photography and like old school 80s cartoons. Adam's all about, modern video gaming and cartoons. Anthony's all about video gaming and like, so he's the sci-fi guy. Like he loves Farscape, he loves Battlestar, he loves, Star Wars, all that stuff. And then, me, I'm like a jack of all trades, but my biggest things are Transformers and Power Rangers, and the six of us together, like, kind of fit together like a Commander Transformer, like a Megazord, like Voltron, like to bring this to everybody and throw it out on the table and be like, hey, guys, this is cool. This is fine. If you like it, you like it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
This just gave me the idea. I just came up with this. But for next year's show, you guys should do like a group cosplay of like the Power Rangers, but each of their own, where it's like you have like a fantasy RPG looking Power Ranger, you have like a Transformer Power Ranger. It's like just from each genre. I think that'd be amazing.
I would love to do that, but I am the core Power Ranger fan in the group, and the others aren't going to go along with that.
That'd be great, though.
I mean, we are talking about a group cosplay for next year. We haven't actually gotten to sit down and decide what we're going to do yet, but like we want to come together as a unit and show people that the six of us mean business,
Yeah, and speaking of Power Rangers, I have to give a shout out to one of the cosplayers there who one person was every Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It's like one arm was like the Pink Ranger, one was yellow, and then you had like blue and black pants, the red helmet with the green Ranger shield. Oh, it was fantastic.
Definitely an innovative costume.
Yeah, I thought it was great, but
it's just so nice to see like all these different things come out of the woodwork and come together, though. Like to see like the Bender, to see your costume, to see, the kids. The kids' costumes that were walking around were absolutely amazing. Like the little kid that was Captain America that walked up to Iron Man in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what set up Civil War right there.
Oh, that's funny. And that reminds me of something I was gonna. Well, that doesn't remind me earlier, but it's like earlier when you were talking about how it's like back then it wasn't cool to be a geek or a nerd, and it's like not as old as you are, but I'm close. Same thing here, where it's like just elementary school, junior high. If you were like super adamant about that stuff, people were like, look at this weirdo, go away. But now it's like, oh, I want to be friends with that guy. He's cool.
Right. Well, it's because okay. Between 2014 and 2020, did you guys see how many superhero movies are hitting the screen?
More than I can count.
33.
Oh, wow.
That's not just counting Marvel and DC. That's counting the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reboot. That's counting potential Transformers sequels. That's counting Ninja Turtle sequels. Star Wars, like the Star Trek movie. Like, so many things coming out. And I mean, that's all because we love this culture.
Yeah.
That's all because we continue to go out and... I mean, look at how many geeky TV shows are on right now. I mean, you've got Arrow, Flash, Gotham, Constantine, Agents of
Gotham
S.H.I.E.L.D.
is so good.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, God.
I haven't seen this week's episode. If you've seen it, don't spoil anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen this week's either.
I won't spoil it. I was watching it before I called you guys.
Last week's was so...
This one is really good.
Oh,
and I mean, I got to the point when they announced all the movies, like when DC came out with their slate and then Marvel came out with their slate, for a minute I was like, how much is too much? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go see them all anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I know, same here. It's like, oh, wow, that's a lot. But it's like, I can already see it's like, oh, it comes out this week. Oh, I have my ticket.
Right. All right, we haven't gone to see Big Hero 6 yet, but that's a
fantastic movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet either.
Absolutely
I want to see it
fantastic.
so much.
It's great. Stay after the credits.
It's a Marvel movie. I knew that.
Yes, you have to stay after the credits.
I can't wait to see that. That looks fantastic as well.
It's great. So it made my sister cry twice, actually.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So I wonder if we're gonna see a big jello-y. What's the dude's name, Sean? Because
Baymax.
Baymax.
yeah.
I hope we see one of him next year. That'd be fantastic.
Well, somebody in the United Prop Builders group is actually working on a Baymax costume.
Are they?
I wonder if he's already finished it. Yeah, it's Ryan Wells, I think.
I can't wait to see
doing
pictures of that.
Is he doing the full armored one, or is he just doing the balloon man one?
I think he's just doing the full armored. He
Oh yeah, because I've seen
before it came
armor
out.
work in progress pictures, but I haven't seen the actual costume.
Yeah,
yet.
before the movie came out, he started working on the armor. So
That's
I
pretty
don't know.
epic.
I don't know how he's gonna do the balloon man.
That's going to
thing,
be
but,
interesting to see.
You and Balloon Man over there. Yeah.
That's great. So I know it's super early, so you might not have a definite answer to that. But is there anything that you know for sure is going to be there next year that wasn't there for these previous years?
Can't really talk about that right
now. You're killing me here.
Just keep up on the Facebook page. We should have a website up and running by January.
I can't wait to see what this is going to be.
Yeah, we've got some things in the works, but I mean, you gotta expect, man. It's NE Geek vacation time right now for the six of us.
No, I believe it.
This is pretty much the last thing NE Geek related I'm doing until January.
Yeah, I just can't wait for next year's show. They are so much fun to go to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad that people feel like that. It's just great to see that and like to get the feedback from the vendors that we get. You know, people had a blast. People want to come back. People seeing, well, and then people that didn't make it to the show that are vendors or artists are like, you know what, I'm coming. My brother is talking about on a table for next year now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen my brother's sketches or not, but he's talking about doing prints and doing sketch cards maybe. And, he's
that'd
like,
be awesome.
I might do this. So.
Yeah, I always love going down Artist Alley. There's just so many good things down there.
I mean, it's these so many talented people, especially in this area.
Yeah.
You know, just to see these people from Ohio that are a kind of a big deal. Like, I mean, you don't see this every day, but to see these people and to know, hey, man, like, you draw one of my favorite characters really well, like, or you write a great story, you pen a great book, you know, like, it's just so much stuff, and like, it's astounding to me, and the fact that they come out and want to do our show just makes it that much better.
Yeah, because I know just from personal experiences, like every year I go, I make sure I pick up a print from Tessa. I just love her artwork so much.
Oh yeah. I got she actually did our show print this year, and I got the last.
Yeah, I seen that. I picked up her Pikachu one, but I was so close to getting that one too, and I was like, But I'm like, well, maybe if it's a show print, it might be there. It might be back next year too, hopefully, or there might be a whole new one, and then I'll have to try to track down an old one. But yeah,
we can probably put out for you, sir. I'll figure something out.
And then, like what you were saying about books is like there was independent local book author there, Brian Hagen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, because, I picked up his book, and I haven't had a chance to read it yet just because schoolwork's been killing me, but I can't wait to pick that up and start reading it. I actually have the book sitting next to me right now.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the downsides for running the show is I don't ever get to really shop around. We got a few things.
Yeah, because you're actually busy making sure it's going smooth and everything's working.
Yeah. And I'm kind of the weapon check guy, too.
Yeah, which is very important to have.
And I mean, the upside is we didn't really run into any issues with weapons this year. Like, there was no fight or anything. There was a baseball bat that I told a guy, I'm like, yeah, I need that. You can't carry this around the show. And it wasn't because I thought he was going to be stupid, but like we had people with glassware. And I wasn't going to let that happen.
Yeah, because just one slip or you turn too quick and there it goes.
I know that all too well.
Do you, Sean? Do you have a story?
Yeah, I do. It was 2 years ago at Anime Blues Con, Memphis. I had a backpack on and I had a monopod for my camera and everything. I was getting ready to record a panel, and there was an Asian food vendor right by the escalator, and he turned and knocked about 4 or 5 glass bottles off onto the floor.
Oh no!
Oh, I would have cried.
None of them broke. Luckily, they all landed in a cardboard box full of kimonos.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay.
Wow, did you get lucky?
I got very lucky. So,
Wow.
yeah, all those drinks would have gone to waste. I mean, some good stuff too. I mean, I think it's called ramune or something, or ramune. It's really good. You should try it if you get a chance to. But yeah, knocked 4 or 5 bottles off the table.
Jeez.
By swinging around too quickly. So it is a clear and present danger having things like that. So
Well, I'm glad it worked out.
yeah, I am too. I would have been out like $50. So.
Oh, jeez. Oh. But yeah, it's because you mentioned, again, we're gonna go back. We're gonna rewind a little bit. Whoop. But you were talking about the sword shows that were there, and with the NEO Vikings, you said, correct?
The Vikings were doing the fights, and the Oak and Blades were actually doing the fencing.
Okay, because yeah, it's like I was able to check up on them, both of their stuff for a little bit, and it's just so much fun to watch those guys do what they do.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely amazing.
Because not only are they like just doing like a straight up fight, but they're also kind of talking to you throughout it a little bit too of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
To give the audience a little more interaction and learning. It's a fun show to watch. One of these days, I'm gonna get lessons. I just gotta find the time to do it.
Oh, I could hook you up. I know the guys. So.
Yeah, I gotta get back to hometown soon and find some time.
Right.
But the show is so good. I love it. I can't say enough good things about it.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. Looking forward to everything else too that's been going on.
Yeah, I mean we've got. I mean, like I said, we got the video game tournament first, but we're gonna try to do some other things. Get our hands dirty with helping the community, doing some community outreach programs and stuff. And
I think that'd be
even if it's as much as like superheroes showing up at the mall or something. Like, we're gonna do something.
I think that'd be great too, because it's like from the people that I talk to who go to the shows, they're always like, "Oh, can you do like 2 a year, or is there other things that we can do and to just kind of like hang out and do things together?" And it's like I kind of feel the same way, where it's like, "Oh, if we could only have a little bit more."
Yeah, I mean, and we get that, and we hear what everybody's saying. It's just we got to be realistic about it.
Yeah.
Like, it takes money to make money, and like you said yourself, every dime we make goes right back into the show.
Which is good. It's just like the more we're able to do, the more people will get involved, and the more it'll just keep growing every year. And it's going to be fantastic what happens. Like I said before, I just can't wait for next year, for the next show to hang out with everybody. Can't wait for the video game tournament to help everything out, to just hang out with people, and to see what all these mysteries are that you're cooking up.
Yeah, we got some stuff. I mean, like I said, the 6 of us to get together in a room at the same time, and like the sparks start flying and things start setting on fire. There's a spirit bomb falling over somebody's house somewhere,
Oh, that's dangerous. Just don't let it touch the ground.
That would be very bad.
That's what happens when it touches the ground. You get the expo. That's where it comes
that's okay
from.
then. Let it touch all day, every day.
It takes a while to form that spirit bomb. We got to get a lot of energy up in that thing. So
yeah. But
I just like that. I just know that everybody listening to this is going to get that reference.
Except for
even
Sean.
I get this. I get it.
Oh, you do? Wow.
I get that one.
The guy who's never watched Dragon Ball Z gets that reference.
Yeah, I get the reference.
I have to say, I'm impressed.
Yay, Steve Rogers.
Good job. You understand that. You get that joke. I got the joke, yeah. That's why I said if it touches the ground, that would be bad. And he said, no, that's actually good. Oh, well, then carry on. So.
Oh, that's hysterical. But I don't want to eat too much of your time, David. So I'd like to thank you for coming on once again to talk about everything that's been going on and the show in general. So if people would like to get more information or get in contact with you guys to have any questions or concerns, where's the best place that people can do that at?
Right now, it's through our Facebook page, facebook.com/NE Geek Expo. If you have any questions pertaining to vending, your best bet is to hit up Mark Levis at MarkLevis83@gmail.com. we're not doing sale tickets or anything right now. We're not doing merchandise or anything right now, but that'll all be stuff that we tackle after the first of the year, and you'll have a way to get a hold of everybody regarding that. Anybody that has any questions as far as advertisement or anything, feel free to email me at axelusprime@gmail.com. Or, like I said, just send us a Facebook message right through the Facebook page. One of us generally answers that, and we answer it in a timely manner. I mean, there's tons of pictures on there. You can see the size of the show. Jonathan Richardson, one of the guys that does this with us, and his mother took 974 pictures this year.
Oh, wow.
He put up a lot. He put up a good 750, 800 of them. So you can see the floor. You can see the people on the floor having a good time. You can see the vendors. You can see some of the costume contests. You can see the winners. You can see the group picture. Which, by the way, I was totally late to the group picture because I was escorting some people across the field to get to the group picture.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, but I kind of am one of the people that run the show, so I'm allowed to sit where I want the group picture.
Yeah. So nobody can really complain too much.
Right. Except for the other guys that run the show with me. They're like, why do you do that every year? I'm like, because I got to be out front.
And for anybody else out there, be sure to check out the Facebook group as well, and you can kind of see a lot of the cool things we do. Get chit chat with some of the people. It's a good old time.
Yeah, the group is where like all the news and everything that happenings in the geek world gets posted. That's where all the movie announcements get made, all the cartoons, the comic stuff. Like that's where the questions and debates go down. It's all in the Facebook group. There's the Facebook fan page, which is the information for the show, and there's the Facebook group, which is, like Adam said, the community. And you just search NE Geek Expo on Facebook for that, and you'll find the group. It's a great time. It's a great time. We try to be civil with each other. I mean, you're going to have your people that are like, Star Wars is better. No, Star Trek is better. Marvel is better. No, DC is better. But you know what? Like, it's all fun in the long run, and we're all from the same mold. So I say people like what they like, and enjoy what you want to enjoy, and talk about it, learn about it. Maybe that's the reason that you don't understand it. My fiance is a huge Vertigo Comics fan. I'm really not, but you know what? I'm taking the time to read some of the stuff because she likes it, and she likes Marvel too. So like, we can talk about the stuff that we like because we have a mutual understanding of it. I don't hate Vertigo Comics. Like, the characters appeal to me.
Just not your cup of tea.
Right, but some of the comics, she's like, oh my God, you have to read this, and I'll check it out. And then it's like, wow, that was really good. Like, our roommate is really into Vertigo stuff now, so like, I'm kind of outnumbered.
That's funny.
But I mean, you know, if you have any questions in general, like, feel free to ask. We try to help out, or we can get you somebody that can, especially on the group page. There are 400 to 500 people on the group right now. Everybody is geeky about something on there, and somebody will have an answer you're looking for.
Yeah. So, once again, I would like to thank you for coming on the show, and I can't wait to have you back on again.
No, thanks you, sir. And you too, Sean.
So, until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Take care, guys.
Bye.